listening to Goof On Radio with Rich Giordano.
My personal belief is that there is very compelling evidence that we may not be alone.
There has been and is an existing presence, an ET presence. It's not going to make a difference. It's not going to change reality.
I believe, as do the other folks that were on the flight, that when we visually saw it, that it was something not from this world.
Goof On Radio.
You were either in or you were either out, brother.
But the cream will rise to the top, oh yeah.
Goof On Radio with Rich Giordano.
I occasionally think how quickly our differences worldwide would vanish if we were facing an alien threat from outside this world.
Goof On Radio.
Remain seated, please. Permanecer sentados, por favor.
You're listening to Goof On Radio with Rich Giordano.
Hello, and welcome to Goof On. I'm your host, Rich Giordano, and today it's Monday, July 24th, 2023. How are we? Good. I hope you had a nice weekend, as I did not. We are here tonight to discuss things. That's it. We're just here to discuss a few things in ufology and be on our way like we usually do. I have to say, for a Monday, I'm quite excited about this show. I like to think that I'm sort of one of the people responsible for making this guy do what he did. But what's going to happen here? And if that happens, what do we do? What's going to happen? I have no idea. But we're here tonight. So I thank you for hanging out here at Goof On a Monday. Rain and thunderstorms for the evening have just surprisingly ended. They turned the water spout off in heaven, and everything just suddenly stopped minutes before the show had to start. It's as if the heavens said, for you, Goof On, we'll keep the lights on. When you got God on your side and Mother Nature up your britches, you feel like you have the riches. That's it? That's not it? That's not how it goes? Well, we're here, so let's start the insanity. Lisa B., welcome to the show. Stephen A., you too, show welcomes you. Diamond Dog, welcome to the show. Mutter Hornet, how you doing? Welcome to the show. Jeanette, welcome to the show. Thank you for the PayPal, $1 or $12.34 about an hour or two ago. I couldn't believe I saw that come in. I'm like, what is she doing so early? But she did it. As always, thank you very much, Jeanette. And Jeanette also threw down £5 quid. It's a super dono. That's when there's a donation with no comment. It's just love. And if you want to help support Goof On with some love, you can use Super Chat, Super Sticker, PayPal, Cash App. All the links are in the show descript. You know what to do. Thank you, Jeanette. Mucho gusto, Miss Generoso. Stephen Karn throwing down £2, £2. Hey, brother, keep it real, man. Love the UK. Thank you, Mr. Carney, with the $2, £2, £2 super chat. Right at the beginning of the show, Mr. Karn, Mr. C, thank you very much. Mucho gusto, Mr. Generoso. Ozzy Tigers here. Welcome to the show. Michelle. Hey, Solar Marshall's here. What's up, Chief? Good to see you, man. Glenn Collins is here as well. So is Thor Panku. Welcome to the show. Sky Allen's here, of course, as is F.A.P. What's up, FAP? How you doing, man? And Dorothy's here. How you doing, Dorothy? Good to see you. Hope you had a nice weekend. Hollywood made it. Good to see you too, man. Kevin, welcome to the show. Good, man. Good to see everybody here. Let's get started, shall we? If I didn't say hi to you, it doesn't mean I don't love you. It means we got a lot of show to do and little time to do it. Not true. I mean, 2 hours does seem long, right? When I tell people the show's 2 hours that don't know, they're like, 2 hours? Hey, kidding me? Nathan from the Quantum Show's here. What do you say there, Rubberneck? And Brooke is Glenn Petzold. How's everybody? Good to see you guys. Thanks for hanging out. And Rajai. What's up, Rajai? How you doing? Good to see you here. And Scandrel's here. What do you say, Scan? Droll. Who's this? Zigjabrai. There was something else. I saw another name in here that I'd never seen before. Huh? Mr. Chouffet, or Ed. How you doing, man? Thanks for the $1.49 super sticker. That's a mucho gusto, Mr. Generoso, a continuing supporter of Goof On now, Mr. Ed Chouffet. Is it Chouffet? That's for him to know and me to find out. I still believe it's Chouffet. But I bet you everybody says Ed Shuffet. It's because people don't know. They don't know Ed. They don't know. Like, people call my name. How do you get... I'm not making it up. I know it's going to sound like it. But in my life, somebody called me Mr. Geronimo. Geronimo. Yeah. It was at Best Buy. It was on a receipt, a ticket. I was returning some. Mr. Geronimo. And I'm like, it's Giordano, dude. There's no N or M or, no Rano in there. It's Giordano. Thanks, Ed. Mucho gusto, Generoso. Welcome to the show. True Cyborg's here. Who's that? Somebody just dropped 5. Alfie Joe Bob's here. Welcome to the show, AJB. That's a $5 super dono. It's pure love from the AJB. Alfie Joe Bob throwing down a 5 spot right at the beginning of the show. Thank you very much, Don't know why. I don't know what I was going to say, but thank you, Alfie Joe Bob. Mucho gusto generoso. I saw somebody and I was going to say something to them in the middle, and then I stopped, and I was going to say, Mr. Zach Diecast Mount. Saw you come in, and I almost called Alfie Joe Bob something I shouldn't have. Mucho gusto generoso, Alfie Joe Bob. All right, thank you. I am excited about tonight's show because Glenn, Mr. Petzold just threw down $25 on PayPal. Hey, man. I mean, that is really very kind of you. Wow, thank you very much, Glenn. I didn't hear it come in. I just was looking down at the phone and I saw a message came in. And yeah, I can't believe you just did that. Thank you, Mr. Petzold. Glenn, that's amazing. Thank you. Seriously, thank you. Appreciate that. PayPal. All right. Everybody, do yourselves a favor. I want you to go back about 2 years, give or take. And I want you to go back to a time where Lou Elizondo just left TTSA. Remember those days? Because I do. Because Lou Elizondo, I'm one of the first to call him out for being a bold-faced liar, guy who makes up shit, a bully. And all the stuff that I said came true. We found out after he left TTSA. See, TTSA kept the reins on Lou. And Lou wasn't allowed. I shouldn't say wasn't allowed, but wasn't told about all of these requests for him to be on these YouTube channels and others. So Lou was very rarely seen in the public eye. And that bothered him. We found out he did not like it, that this is all public record. He said he didn't appreciate that the people who promote, I don't know what they're called, handlers or managers, promoters, they kept all of that away from Lou. And when Lou left TTSA, he felt he wanted to be the guy. He wanted to be in the field and to be loved by everybody. Well, that was the impression he gave. But really what it was all about was a way for Lou to get in close with the small channels to find out what people are saying about him behind his back and right in front of him. So Lou had to make up sock accounts. Now, a lot of people call them sock puppet accounts. I don't know why they're called sock puppet accounts. That's not the real name. Maybe Solar Marshall can remember far back like me. I remember it just being what it was. There was no puppet involved. It was sock accounts. And then all of a sudden, because people don't know, somebody said, oh, sock puppet. It's a sock puppet account. And that's why we have the words sock puppet account. Some people use it. I can't. So I'm just calling it what I think it should be called, sock accounts. Why are they called sock accounts? Because one sock and another sock that are bought from the same mold are identical. Oh, this is it. It's a sock account. It's from the same foot, the same person. It's not a sock puppet account. Oh, okay. How you doing? Oh, I'm doing good. Oh, it's none of that. puppet. Who added the puppet in that? I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Anyway, he opened up all these sock accounts. From what I heard, it was like 7 or 8 different identities that Lou made believe was him. So when he was talking to me or you, he acted like somebody, hey, what do you think about Lou? And then it's like, Mr. Champagne, it says there. No, Mr. Champagne, Lou's an asshole. He's a up. And now I just told Lou, who was this sock account, everything I thought about him without knowing it was him, thinking it was somebody else. It's not that hard to fool people on the internet. And that's exactly what Lou did. Lou used Fessler, Lou Reviews, and others. I can't remember names. Everybody was used by Lou. And now there's some evidence that it was all part of Lou's plan to get in and fuck with people. Yes, to get in and fuck with people. And that's what Lou Elizondo did, you big fat piece of shit tyrant. You boot-licking jackboot thug of a human. You are a piece of shit. And I hope your book's going to be a failure. I hope you get divorced. I hope you. Anyway, I don't know him that well. I don't want to wish him. I don't want to wish death on him. No, I don't want to wish death on Lou. None of that. I just want him to suffer for what he did. And you know what? I know Lou suffers every day. Oh, he's got PTSD. How dare you talk about a military guy who's saved our... He's a hero. He's a fucking turd. He's a turd burglar. He's a nobody. He's a user. He's a loser. He's a bully. He's a tyrant thug. And Lou is going to be exposed again for what he is. And if he ever decides to come back to ufology, even if he doesn't, my offer still stands to kick his ass in a charity match in some outside barn behind the house. So I don't know, whatever the fuck you want to call it, whatever he said. Let's go out behind the house. Teach me a lesson, Lou. I want that challenge. Repost it. I'm going to make a new TikTok video for Lou the abuser. Lou the loser. Lou the abusing loser. I know, I'm acting childish right now. That's me. I'm a name caller. I drop the level way down when it comes to Lou because I have to be on his level of shit. Because that's where the grime is, on the floor, in the gutter, under the fucking nail. That you want to get it and you want to eat it and you can't get to it and you stick something in the little freaking nail and you can't get it out. And then one day you get it out and you're like, you little prick. That's Lou. That's Lou. Do not come back into ufology thinking you're going to have arms wide open, you piece of fat shit. You out of shape old fuck. I can't stand Lou Elizondo. He has ruined ufology in a way that, well, can it be repaired? Rich, what are you talking about? Lou didn't do anything. You guys fell for it, hook, line, and sinker. Yeah, maybe. Maybe we did. Maybe that's the good in me. Maybe that's the good in people who trusted this guy, who wanted to believe in him, who wanted to be friends with somebody who's inside, like Lou Reviews. As much crap as we give that guy, he was in it with Lou. And if it wasn't for him, we wouldn't have a lot of information. So, you got to give credit where credit is due. He exposed Lou in the worst way. And then there's the case of Richard Butts. Now, a lot of people think Richard Butts is a friend of Lou, a very good friend, and is not Lou. I still think it's Lou, but apparently it's not. But until further notice, I haven't looked into Richard Butt in over a year. I don't give a shit about Richard Butt. Richard Butt, in my opinion, is exactly like Lou Elizondo, a piece of shit, a loser, an abuser, and has no idea what they're doing to ufology with the constant lying, the cheating, the trying to take GoofOn down is what Fessler did. Fessler tried extremely hard. And I'll be honest with you, bringing up these old feelings, I don't know why I ever accepted an apology from that fucking guy. I don't know why I did, but I did. And then he turned out to be a dick again because I had an opinion about Grush. So I'll say it again. Fuck you, Fessler. Fuck you and your whole little family over there. I am not starting another war. Not that there was one. Because I did nothing to combat what little Timmy Fessler or Tommy Fessler did. I mean, who cares? Nobody ever talks about him. Who gives a shit? So that's why I didn't bother. There's no relevance. He's not relevant to ufology. There's nothing special about Fessler. Fessler's nobody. Fessler doesn't have a history of anything. He just came in here when TTSA came in. He's just another fanboy who thinks he's smart and thinks he knows what's going on because he was friendly with Lou and other minions. But guess what? You got fooled. And you were made to look like the biggest ass, which makes me happy. Because Fessler got fucked over too by Lou. Look, when you're a real asshole, you don't apologize to a channel. See, I don't think Fessler's that big of an asshole, but I think he felt the peer pressure. And he just accepted what was ever said about me and put it on the channel and all that other stuff. And today I was looking at some things. I saw somebody posted a video about me and I reported it. And then it pulled up all the reports that I filed against them. And out of every single one I reported where they said I was a Nazi, a misogynistic, nobody's video got removed. That was relevant. One video got removed, and it was from a girl who, I don't know if you guys remember All Things. And she used to have a camera sitting on her front and back porch. And any light that came by was a UFO, and I called her out on it and all this other stuff. And she made a video saying I was stalking her. Right? And then started calling me a Nazi and a misogynistic thing. That's the video I had removed. But she is nobody. So why didn't YouTube take down the other videos that were posted? Right? See, that's the thing that I don't like about YouTube, the double standards. There may be even triple standards here. But Lou didn't care about whose channel was going to be taken down, whose lives were going to be ruined, because Lou's ego couldn't handle people talking the truth about him. I know what Lou is because I'm like that. I'm a guy. I know what a guy can do. See, women think they know guys. You don't know guys. You don't want to know guys. And when guys have some pretty shitty thoughts in their mind, they want to go through with it. And the only thing that stops us is the law. And men, as you know, are the majority of crime in this country, in the world. So I don't think women can understand the anger that we feel when we get mad. But just imagine your most angry day times 10. And that's how I was feeling coming to work every day, having to deal with all the shit behind the scenes that I was hearing, the stress of losing the channel every day, not knowing if I'm going to have my channel, my livelihood, my life. I mean, this is the mentality of Lou Elizondo, to make people lose their jobs, lose their love for the shit they love to do, because he's a liar, because he got called out for being a bully, because he didn't stand up to the challenges that life faced him in real world, not military world, not gangster world that you live in. See, Lou lives in a world where it's just a gang. And it's a world you and I will never be a part of, because if you were never in the military, you don't understand it. I only understand a little from what I've learned. I understand the camaraderie, the brothering of being in the military. You're putting your life on the line for each other. I understand that. And that, believe it or not, in sports is something you learn. You go to battle together to win. And that's what we do in war. You don't want to lose, you want to win. And you want the best people around you, surround yourselves, you build a camaraderie, you build a team, and you have a lifelong connection. And that's what Lou was trying to, is it implore? He was trying to extend that to others who were in the military, like the Fessler and his friends. They were in the military. I don't know why he went over to Lou Reviews for all things. I have no idea why that he found a likeness in that guy. But according to Lou Reviews, Elizondo showed up at his job one day. Elizondo showed up where he worked and said, "Hey, I'd like to be your friend." I don't know if that's the true story, but that's the story that we were given, and I haven't heard anything since, because I don't watch Lou Reviews. I can't. Even if I like the show, I don't watch it out of my personal business. And yeah, I put that bullshit aside to watch Jeremy Corbell and George Knapp, and I like Weaponized. I know I would like Lou Reviews, but I just can't. It's not in me. I just can't go backwards. So I got to pull this up right now. I'm going to pull something up. And where is it? This is interesting. I want to show you the email. See, there's a guy named Ack, Gary, I believe his name is, who used to be a fan of this show and used to donate, moderate, communicate with all of you. He was a good guy, but apparently he was privy to a conversation between Lou Elizondo and Sean Cahill, I believe, about taking down channels. He didn't name them, and we never knew what channels they were, but I found out through the channels and the conversations that Lou had with people that Third Phase of Moon, Greer, Goofon, Scambian, and I don't know, there was one other channel that were the main target of Lou Elizondo and his minions. But he heard this conversation happen in another room, and he recorded it. And he sent an email out, I think to Lou Reviews, about it. And I'm looking for that right now. And I think it's right here. Let's see. And I don't know why I can't find it this second. No, but I do need to read this article on the Liberation Times. That's for sure. Huh. I wonder what I did. I think it's on my Twitter feed. I don't know if... I thought I saved it to... Let me see. Oh, shit. So I got an email from somebody. It says, so Lou Reviews did a show Saturday and exposed an email from Fessler's producer, Gary, from back in September 2022 that showed how the Fist, Rob Heatherly, and Elizondo were doxing people last year. So the Fist, who's Fessler, I called him the Fist. We'll go back to that. The Fist is sticking up for Lou Elizondo, saying he looked up people's information that were bullying Elizondo and claimed you were one of them, me. I bullied Elizondo? How's that possible? You know what I mean? It's so cute. And at the end of his show, he goes down the list of people who are blocked, and you are one of them, along with Dorothy Hawkins. I knew once Fessler apologized to you a while ago, he would stab you in the back again. And to the top of it, him and Rob Heatherly are friends again. Oh, big fat fuck Rob? Hey, Rob, that challenge goes out to you too, fat fuck bitch tits. Yeah, he's got women's tits. I've seen his, when he sits down, when you get older, men get tits if they had pecs. And Rob Heatherly's got some big bitch tits. It's funny. Yes, I'm dropping my IQ points down to get to their level, to the name calling, because that's how they understand how you feel when you call them names. And I didn't know Fessler was gay. I always said he was, but like, he really is gay. And he does have a husband and a daughter. Well, that's irrelevant, but it was in the email, so I read it. Interesting. Now, I can't believe this. I don't know what I did with that email. I know I sent it to myself. What the hell is this? Oh my God, I've got to save this. This is crazy. You'll see later. Somebody put all of the recent events regarding the disclosure of non-human intelligence and technologies on Earth, and they made a chart. I've got to show this to you soon. It is wicked cool. It's crazy and beautiful, somebody said. It really was. I am looking for that silly email or message. Let me see if I sent it here. I don't know what I did with it. What is wrong with me? Oh, there's some... Bob Birkin sent me some interesting stuff to talk about. Damn it. That is cool. Oh, wow. Oh, and remember the alien kid? Oh, okay, hold on. Wow, I got to tell you, people are really talking about this. There's so much wrong with what's going on with Lou Elizondo. What he did was just disgusting. And why is this now being brought up again? Because the email got out. And it just shows you exactly what they're about. It does. It tells you exactly what they're about. I don't know. Here it is. No, that's not it. I think I'll find it. Just got to give me a second. It's just amazing to me that here we are again. David Grush will testify under oath about recovered alien craft and biological bodies. Representative Burchett is wildly outspoken about a government cover-up. Yeah, we know that. We know that. This is pissing me off. You know, the one thing I needed for the show, in immediate sense, and I thought I sent it to myself. I email all the links to my show to a certain email account, and then I arrange it in a tab, and I have the whole show ready in order, you know, and I don't know where it went. I mean, it's got to be in here somewhere. Somebody's got it. Oh my God. Now there's another video out. Here we have an update on the live alien. Here, I'm going to play this while I'm looking for this. I don't know what this is. I got to find this thing. I just want to read the freaking email. I don't believe it. But the kid, the alien kid, let's just say he might be coming on the show. How's that? Yeah, that'd be fun. That'd be fun. All right, I'm going to play this clip while there's so much going on in ufology right now, and there's nothing happening. You see what I'm saying? There's a lot going on, but nothing is happening. We're still in the no zone, the no disclosure zone. Guys, disclosure isn't going to happen. And these hearings or whatever is going to happen in the next few days, it's nothing. David Grush, look at this. People are saying the beginning of the controlled disclosure era. David Grush, Ryan Graves, and David Fravor. Unbelievable. Why? You know, the only reason they're doing this is it's not, oh yeah, that's right. Do you remember oh my God, I can't believe this is just happening right now. After I get done reading this, remember the alien video where there was an alien coughing and then a couple of guys come in and they look in its mouth and they're doing all sorts of stuff and it looks like a puppet? Apparently, there's a guy who came out saying that it's a real interview with the real alien, and the people who were trying to help the alien when it was coughing are still alive. And apparently say that's a real alien. No way is that a real alien. No way. I can't believe I can't find this thing. All right, let me play this stupid video. What am I playing? Hold on. Oh yeah, I was gonna play this to get to hold you over. So this one is Vegas update. No. Where is it? So let's see if anything interesting happened with the alien in Vegas.
Okay, guys, so I just heard some exclusive information about the Vegas sighting. I don't even know if I'm supposed to share it. You remember when the body cam saw this?
Like an 8-foot person beside it, and another one inside, and it has big eyes and looking at us, and it's still there.
Okay, so earlier today, I attended an online event through Portal to Ascension, and in the chat, people kept saying, tell us what you know about the Vegas sighting. So Richard Doty decided to answer the question. Now, Doty used to be a counterintelligence officer, which translates to disinformation agent. And since retiring, has come forward and said he thinks it's time for people to know the truth. So take it or leave it. I never covered this Vegas sighting because I don't know how to feel about it, but I have to tell you what he said. Okay, so he claims that their next door neighbor has 2 photos of the creature climbing over the fence, but that the neighbor got so scared that they almost destroyed the whole phone. When the neighbor was interviewed by officials, he wanted to destroy the phone because he thought that the creature was mad at him for taking a picture and was going to come after him. He also suggested that people much higher up than the local law enforcement came to interview the family, and that they made sure that they had bilingual people there so that they would be able to communicate the story in Spanish. Now, Doty said based on them telling the story in Spanish, it was more clear, because the family had originally said that these beings were coming in and out. Based on the words that they used in Spanish, it seemed that they were materializing and dematerializing. He also said that on July 4th, said that there was a FISA application submitted for everyone's phones in the neighborhood. And he also said that government officials came and installed cameras on the property. Now, I wanted to see if I would be able to verify any of this information. And here is a photo of the camera on the house. Now, this photo belongs to Doug Papa. Doug Papa is an investigative journalist who actually interviewed the family before the news broke. And according to him, on May 19th, mind you, this story did not come out until mid-June. On May 19th, cameras were installed on their property. The Tech and Surveillance Squad of Homeland Security arrived at their home, and they told the family that they have already spoken to the owners of the property and that they were installing these cameras for their protection. However, these cameras were removed on May 27th, nearly 2 weeks before the media frenzy that they needed protection from. Now, the question is, why did they allow the family to see them and possibly allow themselves to be photographed? But speaking of Vegas and UFOs, check out Stairway to the Stars this November.
Okay, so that story isn't over with the aliens in Vegas, and I may have an inside track to that story. And let me tell you, if the kid gets back to me, because I just messaged him earlier, a couple of hours ago, I've already discussed it with a few people. I will fly to Vegas and interview him, and it would be pretty interesting. It wouldn't just be me. Other people would be there, like a camera crew. It's already been discussed. Like I talked about this with Third Phase of Moon last night, and if that happens, it'd be a really good story. But we want to get everything about that story. Not only that, you got a lot of corruption, I think, inside the police, redacting 16 minutes of video, the fact that it fell, or the aliens were in George Knapp's backyard, and that News Nation did that story, and they're the parent company of KLAS TV in Vegas. Wow, I mean, there's so much wrong and so much right. That story could really make headlines. All right, I got the letter, the email about Lou Elizondo, and here it goes. So this is from Gary, Ack is what he goes by. He used to be a friend here, and he sent this to Lou Reviews. This was last September. He says, I know we had our arguments in the past, but I got to tell you something. I was overhearing a couple of calls between, it was Rob Heatherly and Lou Elizondo. I thought it was Sean Cahill. I don't know what made me think that. They didn't know I was there listening, and they were both on a mission to bring down various YouTube channels. It was at this point I lost faith in Elizondo and realized that I had been a pawn in his game. Being promised things, I was having trouble with another community destroying my life and pushing me to the brink of suicide many times. I was told they would sort my issues if I helped them. So Lou promised Gary that he would take care of an issue he was having if he helped Lou. And Lou welched. Lou Elizondo walked away, didn't help him. Piece of shit, irresponsible, looking out for yourself again. So Gary continues. He says, I'm an idiot. So I believed it, hoping that I would get closure on what happened to me before. Well, turns out that was a total lie. Thomas was also promised bullshit things from Lou too that never transpired after being asked to go out and defend him and his family. Thomas won't reveal any of this because Rob has caused enough shit already. But I want you to know that Richard Butt was discussed too. And I did the thing that is very untrustworthy, something I shouldn't have done, but I did as I didn't trust him. I recorded those conversations. Good for you. I have those conversations still on my computer. I'm unsure what to do about them. They will know it's me if it leaks out, but it also shows that you are absolutely correct on your recent show that they've been using us all to turn against each other, and it has worked. You will notice that we separated as far away from Rob as possible. He was looking people up, calling local authorities, and asking Lou to gather information on you all. I can't be around that shit. But you were, Gary. You were. You were. You're part of it. You get no remorse. You get no forgiveness. I'm not speaking on behalf of Disclosure Tonight or Thomas. I'm speaking this from me, myself, and I. Thomas doesn't even know I'm sending this email. I hate the way I spoke to you back when we fought. I really do, and I do apologize. I really do. A lesson was learned, though. I'll own my own shit, and people can fight for themselves. I could kick myself that I was played like that. You have every right to hate me and not talk to me or email me back, but please know that someone has the proof to back you up. I just have to find a way of doing it. And to prove that I'm not bullshitting you, here's a clip before we went live on March 11th, 22. A file is saved as the 12th as I'm in the UK and it was after midnight. Please don't share this just yet, of course, but I want to show you that I have this and a lot more. And that's kind of what I heard last year, is that, see, when you start a show, before a show starts and after, you can talk to people on StreamYard and have conversations without it being recorded. However, you could also hit record, and if people don't know what to look for, they won't see it recording. And that's what happened. He recorded the conversation on his cell phone, I think, while the stream was going live. And not live, while they were sitting there talking. Because see, after the show ends, I can still talk to people, but it's not live. We're just here in the studio. And that's what I was told, that before and after shows, Elizondo would be talking all sorts of interesting and cool things. And everybody would be like, wow, man, you're the best. And then once the show starts, you get the old boring, tight-lipped Lou, you know. That guy. The guy who doesn't tell the truth. Red Panda Koala throwing down $5 super sticker. Mucho gusto generoso. About 30 minutes ago. I didn't see it. But thank you, Red Panda Koala. Mucho gusto generoso. And Mr. Robot with the $5 super dono. It's pure love here at Goofon tonight. Thank you for that, Mr. Robot. Good to see you, too. And Lisa B. Yada, yada, yada. $5. Yep. Yada, yada, yada. I'm still pissed off today. You yada, yada'd over the best part. No, I mentioned the dick. Lou Elizondo. That sounded really bad. That sounded bad. That's what happens. See, that joke was for Fessler right there. It's all about the dick. See, that's the problem with Fessler. He's confused. Thank you, Lisa. Appreciate it. He doesn't know what he wants. I want to be friends. I don't want to be friends. Why are you such well, we don't use that word anymore. I guess the truth is that you are what you are. You're exactly, Fessler is everything he is. He's not a mean person, but he's a two-faced bitch. Yeah, I feel good saying that. Fessler's a two-faced. That's a C. That's a U. That's an N. And that's a T. That's what you are. And Elizondo is, at one time, this guy may have been the talk of the town. He may have been in his prime 20-something years ago. But right now, he is a weak, distrustful, overweight, overconfident piece of shit. And I hope the worst comes to you. Elizondo, I am asking the universe to make your life miserable. And Fessler's. And I'm going to start that. I am going to mentally tell the universe to make their lives miserable. See, you don't know that about me. I have the power to fuck up your lives with my mind. And I'm going to do it now. So bear with me while I fuck up their lives with some mental gymnastics. Hold on. I'd like to see you get out of this. There's no way. Sita, now you're trapped. All right, hold on. Let me do Fessler now. Oh no. Okay. Hold on. Whew. It's different with Fessler because you don't know the little bitch inside of him is just all over the place. Hold on. Okay, I got it. Here's a man. Here's a woman. Fessler, right here. He's not sure where to go, but I'm gonna fix him right now. Now let's move on with the show. I'm going to end this little scene here and say, watch out for Lou Elizondo. Watch out for Fessler. Watch out for Rob Heatherly. Watch out for Lou Reviews. Watch out for Scambian. I mean, are we starting the war over again with everybody? I thought we were done with that. But if you want to be a little bitch, and if you want to have a discussion someday, instead of trying to take channels down like a little fucking bitch that you are, well, why don't you come over and talk to me about it? I won't call you names. I won't be a dick, just like the last time you were on when I was nice to you with your fake apology. I want to know why you fake apologized. And then I know why you're a dick, two-faced little bitch when it came to Grush. But you have no valid reasoning for being upset with me talking about somebody else. See, Fessler thinks he's friends with these people. He thinks that. And after getting screwed over, you're going to go back into it and defend the very people that fucked you over, you stupid, ignorant prick. How dumb are you? You're going back for more? You're believing in the people that screwed you over the first time. What makes you think you're not going to get screwed over again? Look, I've been in this for a long time. I don't know how long you've been in it. I know you read and you've been around for a while knowing ufology or UFOs, Fessler. But one thing that you're blind about is the reality of what's going on with Elizondo and everybody in government. There is not going to be disclosure. And I'm telling everybody this right now. If you look at everybody that's connected to this fuckface, they're all on that side of ufology. And I mean the left. That's right. I don't mean the severe left, not the crazy lunatic left. Just the dumb people on the left. Just that's everybody in ufology that is in mainstream media on a TV show is on the left. How the fuck does that happen if you're not friends with everybody in mainstream media? You're all connected. Hey, when are you going to have some conservatives talking about this shit on a congressional hearing? They're all left. Everything is left. The whole entire ufology field is done because it's 80% left. And that means 80% delusional, 80% fantasy land, 80% lies, 80% lies, 80% lies. That's who your ufology is. And it's us, 20% that's left to pick up the pieces that they have fucking destroyed this field with. And we have to put it back together. Just like we have to put this country back together. Because the left fucking ruined it. Trying to ruin it. They've gotten pretty far in a couple of years. It is political. It is. Ufology is 100% political. And if you don't think it is, you're delusional. It's all political. Everything is turned political. Everything is turned mainstream. Everything is turned to money. It's all about funding. It's all about faking, frauding for careers. This has nothing to do with disclosure. And if you think everything that's going on, everything that you've learned over the last 5 to 6 years since TTSA came out, where are we almost 7 years later, 8 years later? Oh, whistleblowers. We already know these fucking stories. They're 5 years old. Now we're going to waste time in a couple of days listening to the same 3 idiots that gave us bullshit stories with no evidence. Zero. Nobody. Zero. Not one citizen on the planet. Not one human, not one person, not one man, woman, child has recorded a Tic Tac. It hasn't been done. All the videos you think are Tic Tacs are airplanes, out of focus, reflecting the sun. It's just not what you think it is. They're lying to you. Wake up and smell the roses. Ufology is going down the shithole because of the left. Because that's ufology. I've been holding this in for 2 years. Speaking it out loud feels weird, but it is the left that's ruining ufology. They're all on the left. You have no critical thinking. Mick West is trying, but even that guy got dummied down. I don't know what happened to him. John Greenwald, thank God John Greenwald is part of the 20%. Go to him if you want the truth. Go to him if you want to find out about the corruption. Go to him if you want to find out what's going on. Or come here and I'll just repeat what he said. Because that's what I do. I'm an echo chamber for the 20%. Because that's the world we're living in. It's 80-20, 80 fucking bullshit, 20 critical thinking. Why do you think we're not progressing in this field? Why? You think we are. I know many of you are sitting there right now pissed off at me for saying that the left is ruining ufology. Don't be mad at me. I'm not angry at any party. I'm not angry. It's just a fact. And they're ruining it. I guess I am angry. I don't know what I was trying to say. But, Rubio and others in government, in the Senate, whatever, means nothing. It's not a bipartisan thing. It's not a bipartisan agreement. Don't be fucking lied to and accept it. The government isn't going to allow anything to be said, spoken, or shown to us the 26th or whenever. It's not going to happen. And I don't know why people can't accept this. I don't know why. How many times do you have to go through a whistleblower? They've already said it all. Bodies, craft, somewhere, hidden. So Grush said it. If you want to believe 80%, that Grush says there's bodies, there's craft, and that the government's hiding it, why do we need to hear anybody else? That's enough for me. Well, the more whistleblowers you have, the more corroborating and realistic the cover-up is. We know already there's a cover-up. Let's stop dancing around and get to the point. Show us. I need to see something. And I tell you what, I don't think they're going to show us anything. They may show us radar, which can be manipulated and spoofed. They can show us anything. I'm not going to believe it. Everything Corbell, who's on the left, L is for loser, who's on the left, what has he given us? Bullshit. Fakes, right? Biden supporter. Elizondo, Biden supporter. Travis Taylor, Biden. Gary Nolan, Biden. Want me to continue? Because I can name every single person in ufology that's in mainstream media, on TV, cable, and in the news, and they're all on the left. When you have one party pushing for something as big as alien disclosure, and you haven't seen a shred of evidence, and the evidence they showed you got thrown away by the Pentagon and pushed aside and said, that ain't real. Whatever that guy showed you isn't real. Whatever Elizondo gave you isn't that. It's trash, balloons, and birds. How do you feel after that? After Elizondo and Christopher Mellon said they snuck out this footage, gave it to us, and it's legit. Pentagon approved it, then the Pentagon retracted it and said it's nothing after all. When they play games with us like that, you can't trust them. Don't you see? It's time. It is time to shut down this guy and all of the minions on that side of ufology. We'll never be able to do it, but they need to be shown up. They need to be exposed. And thank God there's people that are on the left, that are on that side of ufology, that had enough. They're tired of the bullshit too. They're tired of the lies. Some people are waking up that are on the left. Yes, there are smart people on the left. I didn't say there wasn't. I just said the people that are pushing this disclosure, this whistleblower hoax, the ones that are doing it are the ones that already have careers and they're all friends. Remember the brethren? Every one of these people are friends. I'm not. I'm not friends with them. Are you? Solar Marshall, are you friends with them? I'm not. Bob Perkins, you Fred? David Wilcox, are you friends with any of these people? Me neither. Me neither. And that's because they don't think like us. And we don't hang out with people who can't critically think about the most illogical movement in UFO history. What do I mean by the most illogical movement? The whistleblower movement. It's a waste of time. How can you say this? Because we already heard Fravor, we already heard Graves, and we already heard Grush. Why the hell would we need to hear them again? Well, they're going to put it on record. It's going to be official. They're going to put their hand on the Bible. Yeah. And they care about that. Because you can put your hand on the Bible and swear to God and be an atheist. Which means you will lie under oath because you don't believe in God. Let me tell you something. For those who put their hand on a Bible, you will be judged for all the negative. You know, when you put your hand on the Bible and swear in front of the world and lie, that will come back to get you. I don't care if it's now or when after you're dead. After you die, nobody knows what happens, but you will be judged. As will I, as will everybody. But I tell you what, I didn't lie to millions of people for my career. I didn't make up a story so millions of people could believe in something that really isn't real. When you start twisting words and playing games and saying off-world vehicles and non-terrestrial and all this other stuff, metamaterials, it sounds like they want disclosure, right? They want to bring out this stuff. And maybe they do. Maybe they do. Maybe they really are interested in the truth. And maybe they're telling the truth. But I don't need to keep hearing the same stories over and over. So when they do this, to me, it looks very skeptical. And Lou Elizondo shouldn't even be a part of the conversation ever again. That guy should be banned for ever speaking again in ufology terms. He should be banned for what he did. You chicken shit, piece of shit, Elizondo. He's a chicken shit. To do what he did is so chicken shit. Like, you don't even have the balls to talk to me on my show because you're a pussy. You won't say anything. You go through other people because you got to protect your reputation. See, that's what happens when you get tied in to all the corruption. Too many people tied to you. You're corrupt. And we've exposed that many a night. And Who's Lou did a lot of that too. When Who's Lou came out, remember how crazy it was? Lou was all, my family, talk about my wife. It's all public record. My wife has nothing to do with this. No, she has a lot to do with it. She has a lot. She's helped you prepare for the lies. She's in on it just as much as you, even though she's not. That's like saying, oh, well, my parents are responsible for me, so they should be in trouble for making me. Maybe. Maybe. Let's move along. I got to play this clip right here. So, a lot of people are excited, as you know, about anything. Thank you, King Milfart. Let me just thank this guy. He just sent me the actual... Oh, he sent it to me too. Okay. That's awesome. Thank you, King Milkfart Harassment. Oh, shit. Oh, I didn't realize he sent this to me yesterday. How come I just got this now? I'm telling you, Twitter is messing with me. I don't get any important messages that I need. It's like they hold them and then they give them to me months later or days later. It's amazing. I can't believe this happening to me on Twitter. I've got to contact somebody. Here, check this out.
I have seen evidence of craft that I am not familiar with any of our allies or adversaries or even our country possessing.
Matt Getz just said he has seen evidence of craft? UFOs?
I have seen evidence of craft that I am not familiar with any of our allies or adversaries or even our country possessing. I've seen that craft taken by air crews who have gotten quite close to it, and we've got a lot more questions about why this information isn't more broadly available to the American people.
Sure, I was with Matt. I know what he is referring to. And
UFO alien meetings they've given you that you can talk about?
Well, I was actually in one yesterday in Florida, and I can't talk about it. It was classified top secret.
Okay.
And so I can't.
Illusion! It's an optic anomaly, you bozo. I have videos like that. God, I hate myself right now. I have, you know what? Enough's enough. I have got to start showing my own videos. I've got to figure out how to get that started tomorrow. Because there's so much in there that I could easily show you guys how everybody's being lied to with my own evidence. Man, I appreciate the chat room saying what you're saying. I see UFOs is here. Thank you, Mark D. Truth Searcher US. Bill's here. Stoned Apex. You guys are saying some pretty good stuff in there. Thank you for hanging out. It's almost always religious Republicans that believe in magic who promote the silly UFO crap. No. It's not the Republicans. How? Who? What Republican? The whole entire UFO field is run by the left. So that's not an accurate comment. Now, I could tell you there's a big problem with Republicans because of their religious beliefs. They don't believe in it. And that's the problem. They have a hard time believing in UFOs. So no, do I appreciate the left trying to push for disclosure? Of course I do. But the people involved just aren't the right ones. They're all in it for themselves. And somehow along the way, the government's going to derail everything they're doing. And they're going to stonewall them at every turn for evidence. It's never going to come to light. It just never will. I wish it could. I do. But it won't. Again, that's just my opinion. Let me play something here. So when asked by Chris Cuomo if Burchett had subpoena powers to get certain witnesses at the UAP hearing, he says, yes, sir, we can. I just don't have the time to fool with all the nonsense right now, he says. What does that mean?
And if the Pentagon wants to talk to one of your witnesses, and that has...
What the hell's a Pentagon? What's a Pentagon?
And if the Pentagon wants to...
What's a Pentagon?
If the Pentagon...
See, these are idiots. And Cuomo's a fucking douchebag anyway.
Wants to talk to one of your witnesses, and that has a chilling effect. Can't you insist by subpoena that they come in and explain why? And why aren't you doing that?
Yes, sir, we can. I just don't have the time to fool with all that nonsense right now.
That's the worst answer I've ever heard.
I've got 3 dynamite witnesses that They have impeccable credentials, and I want to get them before the committee. And they're patriotic Americans, and I'm tired of the nonsense.
You insist by subpoena that they come in and explain why, and why aren't you doing that?
Yes, sir, we can. I just don't have the time to fool with all that nonsense.
That is the biggest asshole answer of the day. How does Representative Tim Burchett not have the time to deal with getting his supposed witnesses to speak in front of Congress? If they're that good, you make time. Do you see even he's in on it now? I don't trust Burchett at all. I don't care what he says. He's saying all the right things, but he can't do anything. He just said it. He's not going to waste time fooling around with nonsense. Getting 3 whistleblowers that you just said can really open this wide open and really show us what we need to see, and you're not going to try? You idiot. Another untrustworthy guy now. I don't trust Burchett anymore. No. Not at all. There's so much interest in the UFO hearing. Here, just watch. Check out what Nick Madrid has to say.
So much interest in this hearing, Natasha, that they're likely going to have to turn folks away from showing up in person. I'm told that the hearing room just can't fit everyone that wants to be there.
That's as dumb as that's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. Hey, they can't fit enough of them in the room. I mean, they can't get them all in. There's not enough time in the day? Another shitty answer. It's just, are we living in bizarro world? How is that an answer?
To hear what these witnesses have to say. Some of them, as you mentioned, you heard from first here on News Nation. Now, the committee is directing people to watch the hearing online of the live stream instead of coming in person. But that might not stop the UFO enthusiasts that are waiting and watching for more answers. The Republican lawmaker leading the charge, Tennessee Congressman Tim Burchett, we're told is going to be hammering for more transparency. The last hearing in the House was partially closed to the public. This time, there will be only one public hearing with 3 witnesses, some of them including the whistleblower David Grush, a former intelligence community official who spoke exclusively here with News Nation, claiming that the U.S. government has for decades recovered non-human craft with non-human species inside. Congressman Burchett is promising to get to the bottom of what is happening and what he says the Pentagon could be hiding.
But just imagine if there is a craft out there that can travel light years at these incredible speeds that it's not even imaginable. We can't comprehend it as humans, those pictures you're seeing.
What are we doing? This is silly. This is just getting really silly. Burchett sitting there in his car, and he's telling us, imagine if we had these craft. Imagine if we could do this. Imagine if we had the technology. Imagine. We have been for 70 plus years. Stop telling me stuff I already know with all the fluff. Everything that's coming out of Burchett is fluff. This guy's I don't like him anymore, I don't think. I think he's full of shit.
In there. Just imagine what that would do. That show no heat trail to any of the most,
Dude, you are looking at evidence that has been manipulated by the government. And you're looking at non-UFO shit. I guarantee they're showing him flares. They're showing him splash. They're showing him all the stuff we've debunked over the years, and he thinks it's real. That's what's going on.
The best sensors in the world. Imagine.
And you know what life is? You want to know how life works? When you're young, you think there's adults running the world. But when you get older, you realize they're just children. That they have no idea what they're doing. And people are walking around aimlessly trying to figure everything out. And then you have people with some experience trying to show these people what they know, and they've learned wrong. The information they learned was a lie, and they're transferring it over to other people that are now in the know, and they're telling the lie. The truth is just being hidden, and it always will be. And here's an example of it.
Imagine what that would do to the energy complex. The industrial war complex would be out of business overnight.
Congressman Burchett says during a recent trip to an Air Force base in Florida, he and other lawmakers that were expecting to be a part of a briefing on UFOs were allegedly blocked by the Pentagon and other military leaders. In response, the Pentagon told News Nation, quote, DOD takes its congressional reporting requirements seriously and is committed to timely and thorough reporting to Congress. AARO regularly reports on its progress to the Congress. That's the All Domain Anomaly Resolution Office. That's what that stands for. This hearing will be taking up a lot of oxygen on Capitol Hill this week, with the House buzzing about UFOs and unidentified aerial phenomena. I'm told that this is something that is bringing both sides together, something we don't see very often on Capitol Hill. A bipartisan mission this is, to find the answers to questions many have been asking for decades.
Glenn Croy throwing down $10 super dono during the show. Thank you very much, Glenn Croy. And I believe that is your first super chat to goof on. Thank you, Glenn Croy, for the $10 super dono. It's magic on Goof on at Gush. All over ufology. Thanks. I haven't done that in a while. Thank you, Mr. Croy. Mucho gusto, generoso, sir. That was very nice of you. And unbelievable. So remember I was telling you about the alien they're trying to say is real? Hold on. Check it out.
Which was a weekend. And I'm thinking to myself, and Clayton, you're a journalist, you're an investigative reporter too. I'm thinking, wait a minute. I got a hoaxed video with medical terminology from 50s and 60s. I've got a gray alien that's tan and round eyes, medical staff that are in short sleeve scrubs and not in biohazard suits to really hype up the video. I've got a monitor that I have never seen in 35 years of my life back then. And I've got 3 letters on this hoaxed video that has just pissed off a United States senator. What in God's name is going on with this film?
Okay, now let's move on to the actual alien interview. Now, this is supposedly a telepathic interview, a thought projection interview with this being. Apparently, Colin Powell was actually there during this interview. But during the interview, the being started to go into distress, and that's what we're going to see. So, trigger warning if you're sensitive to that. If this is indeed a live being, he or it is genuinely going through physical distress, and it died not long after the interview. So this could be disturbing to some, and my heart goes out to this being, if indeed this is a real being. And let's see what you guys think about it, and I'll tell you what I think about it afterwards.
This is, again, it's silence. There's no audio on this. What are we looking at here as we play?
No audio. All right. So instantly, I have to admit that to me is a telltale sign they're hiding stuff from us. Why wouldn't there be audio? I guess when it got snuck out, they couldn't get the audio portion. But this thing looks like a puppet, acts like a puppet. Some people think it's real because of the eyes and certain things. But check it out.
This film. What are we seeing on our screen, John?
Okay, contrary to Victor's voiceover, This is a film shot April of 1991, a thought projection interview of a other gray, designated an other gray, an extraterrestrial biological entity. He is a haploid, which means he came with only one sexual chromosome. Human beings are diploids. For any microbiologists out there, if I'm hatcheting those words, I'm sorry. But this being had only one sexual chromosome. He came to the S2 Alpha, the official designation of the underground facility that housed the alien interrogation and retention program. That's the unofficial name of what this was. They call these interview suites the ambassador suites because the government did try for the care and did treat these and look at these beings and still.
So for those of you in the chat, this is an old video, 30-something years ago. This is one of the videos that was intriguing for the most part. And then the alien abduction came out, I think shortly after. I can't remember the year. But the interview process was done telepathically. There's that. You know why? Because they can't make the lips move on this thing like it looks like it's speaking. Of course it was telepathy. You got a puppet that would just do this. It wouldn't be able to form, sounds. It wouldn't be able to move its mouth. I mean, it's so stupid.
Still do it.
So this is the new bullshit story. And if this is real, then everything I know and hold dear to my heart, I have to question, because this looks like the biggest fake. Now, what's really interesting about this fake are the eyes. See those pinpoints? Why are they just right there? Is that the pupils of the object, the mannequin? I think that's interesting, but I don't know if they just put little reflectors on it. We'll never know. But I don't think it has any eyelids. Why would an eye not have eyelids? What does he do? Sleep with his eyes wide open and all dust and fragments just happen to fall into the eyeball? The thing never blinks. It's a stupid creation. It's not real.
As ambassadors from other planets and other dimensions. And if you hear David Grush coughing on his words, it's because he doesn't want to tell you that some of these beings are from other dimensions. And
that lines up with what my research shows.
I can't listen to that. That lines up with my research shows. Gosh darn it. Everything's done. It's all God's work. Well, that's the story, Morning Glory. Now, if the Tic Tac was ours, they would have put the brakes on this story years ago, right? If it was ours. Still, no evidence from the public on a Tic Tac. Not one video. And the reason you would want, like if the Tic Tac was from our adversaries, you wouldn't want to keep bringing it up and throwing it in their face, that you can't follow this object, you can't watch it, you can't catch it, you can't do anything because it's so fast and it moves on a dime. You don't want to let China know that you're still perplexed about it. You don't want to let China know since 2004. We still don't know what the Tic Tac is, if it is China. Because it can be, I doubt it, but it could be. And I don't think so, because I believe there is something really strange going on. And if these are Tic Tacs and they are ours, it makes sense why they're not being shown over land where people are. Aliens don't see the borders. They don't know the borders. And if they did, they're not following them. And how many UFO videos have we seen over the year that were supposed to be legit? Weren't. About 99%. So then you have to think, where are they? Where's the real UFOs? There's a phenomena happening. There are UFOs. But tomorrow's show, we're going to be talking about it again because we may be living in a simulation and the aliens just aren't part of the program yet. Yikes. Did you know scientists, most of them believe that if we're living in a simulation, the chances are 50-50. I nearly collapsed out of my sofa chair. 50-50 chance we're living in a simulation. We'll know when we die. We'll know when we die. So then, why are we seeing UFOs and strange anomalies? Who are they? Nobody knows. They're Zeta Reticulans. They're the Anunnakis, the Anunnattis, the Illuminatis. They're the Greys. They're the tall whites. They're the Pudgewuggies. They're the midgets. They're the, you name it. Anything you want them to be, just say it and it becomes reality. What is this? What? Whoa. It looked a lot better on my cell phone. I mean, you want to see how that was done? Watch this. Hold on. I'm going to show you how they did it. I got to pull up a video or something just to have it there. Just to show you how they did it. Okay, you ready? Here's how they did it. You ready? That's it. It was just a person hiding behind a tree wearing a white dress or something. However, as UFO momentum seems to be accelerating, something has to give, says Christopher Sharp of the Liberation Times. Why? Why? What does that mean? Something has to give? Check this out. Let's take a look at this and see what the man on the left has to say. This happened July 22nd, 2023. Over the course of decades, there have been rumors and allegations. Witnesses have come forward alleging we've been visited by non-human intelligence. The story goes that sometimes they crash, sometimes we take them down. Perhaps more disturbingly, some are abandoned, intact, with occupants missing. Then we have the rumors of bodies being kept at Wright-Patterson and other facilities across the U.S., perhaps other nations. Liberation Times understands that such rumors continue to circulate around Wright Patterson to this day amongst staff members. Outside of the base, senior figures have spoken out about UFOs and may play a future role in public disclosure. A small example of losers: Lou Elizondo, Jay Stratton, David Grush, Christopher Mellon, David Fravor, Ryan Graves, John Brennan, loser John Ratcliffe, and many, many more losers. All senior figures with terrible skills, terrible training, and clearances of 99% of the population could never dream of attaining. No, we can dream of it. Their claims are bullshit, analysis, and experiences are all lies. Oh, no, I'm sorry. I made that up. Anyway, I don't want to read all this. In the coming months, we can expect more high-ranking professionals to come forward. Who cares? Making more or less of the same claims. Ba-ba-da-ba-da. Within 1 month, we have seen the new release of the new UAP legislation. Who cares? Next week, there'll be a dramatic hearing. That's this week. At that hearing, expect new revelations. Expect anger. Expect an escalation in rhetoric from political representatives who are ready for a fight with unelected bureaucrats. What the fuck does that mean anyway? And more public hearings will then follow after the summer recess, with the Senate expected to join the party with its own public hearings. Well, this is a build-up to something akin to the Church Committee of the 70s, which investigated abuses from the intelligence community, but now it's different. And the political illegalities involved in the alleged UFO cover-up dwarf any historic crimes committed, including MKUltra. Wait, MKUltra abused children. How is this? But that's the left. Abusing kids is just a way of life. Oh, did I just say that? Oh, you bet your fucking ass I did. What do they give a shit? Nobody cares about our youth anymore. If they did, they'd do something about our youth instead of trying to throw rainbows amok, for lack of a better term. I can't read the rest of that. I'll put the link to the article in the show description so you can read it. I don't want to read. When I pulled that article up, I wanted to read it, but I just don't have the energy now. I'm going to play this clip. Check this out. I think you'll need to hear this from the Alien Whisperer.
I'm very happy that you're giving me this attention and this information attention because...
Oh, yeah, this is the... check it out.
...needs to get out to the world. I will start, since we have to be brief. I have already given all pertinent information and supporting documentation to the Senate Intelligence Committee and ARROW. They informed me that all of my information will be recorded for public record and shared with Congress. It is that important.
Whoa!
In 2010, I was selected to go down to the South Pole Station in Antarctica for an entire year by Raytheon Polar Services as an employee of a third-party contractor for the National Science Foundation.
Is this Spartan 1?
I function in a dual-role capacity as a tradesman and a firefighter. My responsibilities required me to be more informed than most of my crew and offered me complete access to the facilities. What I learned from this unique experience needs to be shared with the entire world. The technology at the South Pole Station certainly can do what it is presented as its primary purposes, and unfortunately, much more. The Ice Cube neutrino detector is presented as a passive listening device for the purposes of the science as presented. But I'm going to skip right through the chase, folks. I have provided documentation that proves that the 5,160, what they call DOMs, that are embedded in the ice can actually transmit at 2,047 volts each. That gives us a long list of things to consider. It is effectively a multifaceted directed energy weapons platform that I will list rapidly a few things that it can do. Vehicle detection. We're learning that these off-world craft, on-world craft, ours or other nations, are also emitting neutrinos. So this makes the South Pole Station effectively an air traffic control station for this new level of equipment that nobody's discussing. In addition to the ability to detect neutrinos and the exotic vehicles, I provided documentation that shows that this is also a system for faster than light communications. In the past, Gary McKinnon has hacked NASA, found the off-world fleet, the list of captains, and it's apparent that if we have faster than light vehicles moving throughout this system, we're going to need faster than light communications. This is that facility. Unfortunately, I have other bad news. The season that I was there, 2010 to 2011, we converted from construction to operations and maintenance in both the elevated station and the detector array. Unfortunately, when they first fired it up, that was when we had the earthquakes in Christchurch, New Zealand. There was 2 incidental shots before they were able to target it correctly. This is an earthquake generating device as well. This is the weapons of war that we have to deal with now and what Raytheon's hiding.
Pretty major announcement there. I think I played that the other night. But worthy of another play for Monday. We played it Saturday at midnight. Can you imagine? I'll put the link to that video in the show description as well, so you can watch the rest of it. It's only a few more minutes. Actually, I'll just play the rest of it. It's only a minute and a half left. It's very interesting. I never finished playing the whole thing. But can you imagine this? This technology is being used and can create freaking earthquakes, man. What the frig are we doing? See, this is the message that the aliens keep sending every time an abduction happens with kids or school, right? How many did we hear? What did they all say to the kids? Your technology is going to ruin your planet. Or your technology is going to screw up everything you're living for. That's an example of it right there. That HARP, Project Bluebeam, you name it. There's all these special atmospheric testing devices that are out there. And there's also some that are going into the ground and creating earthquakes. This is just absolutely insanity. It's like, why would you want to do something like that? Really, even if you're just doing it in war, like, why would you mess with that? Same thing with chemtrails. Look, they're real. Chemtrails are real. If you don't believe in them, I'm sorry. Do some research. You'll figure it out on your own. But they did make it rain in Vietnam. I'm just telling you. It's a fact. There's documentation that they did it. Seeded the clouds. That's chemtrailing. Well, messing with the atmosphere that way is also screwing up the natural process of the Earth's atmospheric and wind and all the other things that are needed to make the Earth very cyclical in its breathing. I don't know what I'm trying to say. You know what I mean. They're just messing with the nature of everything.
There's an ELF system at the South Pole
so
Station.
loud.
And when I arrived, I was told it was off, dismantled, and completely defunct. In my work, I will rapidly just tell you, I had to figure out the circuitry for certain other repairs, and I found that this system is in fact completely energized, up and running, and being utilized with the other systems for nefarious purposes as well. The Atmospheric Research Observatory is in what we call the clean air sector. I witnessed myself a very powerful green laser shooting out of the top of this facility into the cosmos. This, I believe, is a secondary form of long-range communications and or a defense system. I am not saying that we need to be scared of anything that's out there, but please understand the military-industrial complex is happy to invest all of your money in alleviating their fears. A question of power comes into play for all of these facilities that are present.
Thank you.
I assure you, I knew what was going on. I knew the load demands of the facility, and all of these new items exceed the demand for the systems that I was presented. I am doing due diligence and research. I believe there is either a secondary power supply there that is either nuclear, that was there prior to the start of the Antarctic Treaty, which prohibits such things, and or that there is some sort of exotic power supply system there that just is not in the verbiage of the treaty, so it negates the responsibility to the parties involved.
That's, to me, disgusting. Disgusting. Hold on, I'm going to pull up something else. Maureen, thank you for the $2 super chat. You want it all to be true? I'm bored with this life. I would love... Do you know why we can't have disclosure? Because we just can't. I'll tell you, when you die, everything will come to you. Why not just wait? You don't have long. You're halfway done, Maureen. I'm almost done. I've got 14 years left on this planet. That's it. 13 and 9/10, really. It would be fantastic, wouldn't it? If this was something that happened in our lifetimes. But then you don't want to die. See, what if the aliens, Maureen and everybody, what if they had technology to make us live longer? We're not designed that way, are we? We could be, if our DNA was altered. A lot of people think we can live that long, and that people used to live that long. 800, 900 years. Can you imagine? Oh my God. What would you do with another 100 years? If you lived 80 years and then you get another lifetime, you can accomplish so much, but you're starting from scratch. We all enter this world. Thank you, Maureen. I appreciate the love. Mucho gusto, generoso, madam. Madam. I'm sorry. I don't know what that means. Thank you, though. Don't want to. You're not a madam. You're a cool chick. Hey, Claudia. How you doing? I forgot what I was just going to say. I have another video I have to play, too. Oh, check this out. This is from Mr. NBB333. I thought this was interesting. He put a 1-minute video out today. This is really interesting, and I hope there's an update. Check this out.
Hey, what's up, guys? Over here at Flight Radar 24.
Hey, Caffeine Stew.
You're looking at the flight path
Dr.
of
Damien,
a
how you
NASA
doing?
airplane that's been flying up here in the Ottawa, Montreal area all morning long for several hours. Not just one, but there's 2 NASA planes. Here's the flight path of the other one. This one here left off the east coast of Virginia early this morning, and it joined this plane here that flew in out of Atlanta. They've been circling up here looking for something for several hours, or at least that's what it appears to be. This plane right here you see is a Canadian airplane, and there's also, again, 2 NASA airplanes that have been flying around in this region almost like they're looking for something. And again, they've been up there for several hours today, been monitoring this now since early this morning. Hey, what's up, guys? Over here at FlightRadar24.com.
The frickin' mute button. Gosh dang it. It's supposed to unmute itself. Here's a video.
Touchdown. There was a power cut.
and all the runway lights disappeared. I then had to take the decision to abort the landing.
Suddenly, all the equipment in the control tower goes crazy. The wind gauge goes out of control. Other equipment, which should have been off after the power cut, suddenly starts flashing, on and off.
Near the airport, a retired police officer witnessed the unfolding drama.
Another amazing story. I'll put the link to that in the show description. It's a TV show, so I can't play the whole thing. All right, we're going to play this video. Is this a real ghost caught on camera? I love ghost videos, but this one is pretty interesting. I think you might say it's fake, but I think this is real.
A man in Texas has been experiencing some strange activity on his property.
Yeah, let's get up to it.
He has never seen the next-door neighbor, and there are several abandoned structures on the property. He decided to set up a CCTV camera in his backyard to try to get a better understanding as to why he is hearing strange noises at night. One night, just before bed, he felt the need to check on the camera and was absolutely stunned by what he witnessed.
GTFO! Holy!
Just behind his shed, he captures what appears to be a small childlike apparition walking on the neighbor's property from left to right. The fact that he has never seen his neighbor and all structures on the property appear to be abandoned. It's difficult to assume it's a regular child walking in the dead of night.
And it walks right through a wall, which they didn't say in that short video. But it walks right through a wall. It doesn't open the door. It walks through it. Unbelievable. Ex-U.S. Army DC long terrifying UFO encounter. Saw huge monolithic slab of alien technology that defied gravity in a deep, secret underground base in North Carolina. Have you heard? They removed it. They removed the story. That sucks. I'm going to see if I can find the link. Now, they removed it. Don't know why. It's been removed. Somebody said Ross Cuckold is taking the gloves off. The names that he is dropping are probably not the good guys. Flowchart. What? Oh, that's what I was going to show you guys. I'll show it tomorrow. It's too much. It's a lot to go over. Hold on. Huh. There's supposed to be a video in this link, but there isn't any. No video. I thought it would be a cool video to watch. It came in this morning, and so a lot of I've gotten quite a few emails from you guys. I'll be replying to those tonight and tomorrow. So all right, now I'm going to show you this one video from Skinwalker Ranch. It's a mysterioso orb that follows a light. Let's see this.
1.
There we go. Anything went straight up.
These are the
Have eyes on it.
tests.
It's gonna come
This
right
is
back
what
to us.
they shoot fireworks and rockets up
Whoa,
in the
what was
sky.
that purple light over there? Look at that. Look, we're recording this. That is flashing, whatever that is.
Hold on, I want to show
What
you
is
something.
that?
So, come on, video. Why can't I grab it? I should be able to grab this video here and move the cursor
It's
back.
sitting there.
I'll show it.
All right, hey, Thomas, Eric, with our night vision, there's something right over Thomas down there in the sky, blinking at about 10 degrees up. We're not
Why
seeing
are-
it. It is right over them.
Why aren't they showing us the purple? Watch this.
Look at that thing. Holy crap.
That's a
It looks
freaking
like
airplane.
it's following Thomas.
Oh, no, it's not.
Strobing. It's pretty disturbing to see something following.
So that thing is strobing, and it looks like it was moving to the right, to the left, but it looks like an airplane, could be a helicopter. But when they first captured it, you could see the bluish purple, but then they turned it on green, night vision. I'll show you the actual video.
One of my team members.
Why didn't they show us the actual video is beyond me, and I'll tell you why. They
and
can't.
We don't know what it is.
Because if they showed us what it really was without the night vision, it would not be a UFO.
3,
Watch.
2, 1. There we go. Anything went straight up.
I have eyes on it.
It's going to come right back to us.
Right there. So here it is. They actually capture it in the non-night vision. But I think, and that is a really good color right there. That is a fantastic color. That's not normal. But I don't know if it's because the camera hasn't adjusted properly yet and it's trying to make sense of the color. But it looks like it was a bluish purple light. And then they turn it to night vision like a bunch of fucking amateurs. Why? See? Why? And then they show us something that doesn't look like it.
Whoa, what was that purple light over there? Look at that.
Right, then they go to this.
Look, we're recording this. That is
You know why? Because they realized it isn't what they thought.
flashing, whatever that is.
And that light was not flashing when they showed it to us in the regular camera.
What is that?
Yeah, it's been just sitting there.
It's sitting there.
It looks like an airplane. It looks like an airplane coming at them. Right? And when airplanes or any object is moving away or towards you, it looks like it's stationary because it's so far away. These guys are a joke. All right, we're going to end it. Thank you for hanging out tonight. Tomorrow, we've got a really good show. Are we living in a simulation? Scientists say it's possible. Scientists also think 50-50 chance we're living in a simulation. We'll do that tomorrow night right here at 7. I want to thank all the moderators we have here and the newcomers and veterans and super chats. Everything was perfect tonight. Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching the room, Samo, Jeanette, everybody, Diane, and everybody else. Thank you for being here and hanging out and supporting the show. And we'll do it again tomorrow. Jeanette, Jessica, everybody, Sapphire Elf, Diamond Dog, Dr. D, David Wilcox, of course. Until tomorrow, we do it always here. Oh, Truthology for ufology, Goofonians. And we'll be back tomorrow. Hey, be safe. Be kind. 7 p.m. 7 p.m. tomorrow. And alien bless.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it. God have mercy on your soul.